Oh, welcome to another edition of XFeed. What's up? My name is The Shiller, and today we're going to talk as humanly fast as possible so we can get on with your day. Or yeah, we can get on with your day. Well, technically it would be your day, not we, but I guess now that we're together, it is we. What's up? My name is The Shiller. We talk about NFTs, Web3, all that kind of jazz, and we typically on Mondays have an unbelievable amount of things to go over. Obviously, Michael Saylor out there with massive headlines about buying billions and billions of dollars of Bitcoin. We're not going over that specifically, but we're going over specifically a lot of other stuff. So I appreciate you hanging around. So at first I thought this was copy pasta. And then I'm like, all right, this Dennis Porter guy, CEO and co-founder of Satoshi Act Fund, Satoshi Educate, the president. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but he makes this post, right? And I want you to kind of like, we're going to play a little pretend here for a minute. I want you to assume you've never heard of anything in crypto before, except for, Bitcoin's going, I'm paying attention to it, and that's about it. And then you read, I just got off the phone with one of the smartest people I know. He said Bitcoin hits gold parity this cycle, which generally I sort of agree with. That means Bitcoin hits $900,000 plus this cycle. Keep in mind, this guy goes on national TV, talks to the most powerful people in the world, and is a huge Bitcoin bull. Now, what's funny is we have like all these narratives around like the national media, national TV, all this kind of stuff being like Garbo, right? At least that's what we're seeing on X. Now, everybody's got their own personal opinion on it, but I mean, 900,000 this cycle. I mean, the highest I've seen anyone talk is about like 150 to 200K. That's the highest I've seen anybody talk. So I started seeing this all over my timeline of people copy pasting this, talking about it in general. But then it made me really think, like, for somebody new in the space, what are they going to go off of? And shout out to Mark. I don't know if you're watching here live, but talking with Mark as he's like slowly getting into the crypto space. And he hit me up this morning. And he was like, yo, there's going to be like this new payment on X. There might be like a new coin. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Like, let me... like, tell me the sources or whatever. And so he sent me a screen grab of just things of talking about X and that like a payment rail may come. And I'm like, okay, well, how do you respond to this? And I'm like, okay, well, so there's a lot of Doge all over, right? And it's like, okay, well, number one, we don't know if Doge is actually going to be the coin that would be on the payment rails, right? I mean, even for X payments right now, for if you're like getting subscriptions, if you're getting any sort of payouts for the amount of content you do on there, it's all in US dollars. So it would be a pretty big shakeup for that to introduce a crypto side, which obviously there's a mass amount of speculation of crypto getting integrated more and more, and we'll get more to that. But just when we see all these narratives, it's making me think completely differently because some of us have been in the space for a little bit and we're going to react differently than others are going to certain headlines from being in the space for longer. Now, something that was really, really cool, and one of the best things about Pudgy Penguins is they have this Kind Penguin. I don't know if it's a program. It's an account, though, on TikTok that goes around and tries to make people feel amazing. And whether it be bigger donations, whether it be having like a flood of people go and support somebody, and this dad who was doing, I guess, like a fishing channel, has a really cool story. So this is a quick 2-minute clip.
Last night with 1,327 subscribers. That was about... I didn't go to bed at 6:30, but about 6:30 there was 1,327 subscribers. I'm looking at my computer and I have over 210,000 now. And that is thanks to a very kind person, in fact, Kindpenguins on TikTok, who put together a little collaboration of different videos that I have made over the years. And I have 449 videos. And I've been doing this since I put the channel out there in 2017, but never did anything with it until 5 years ago. So, and it's gone basically nowhere, and I was thinking of ending it. My thought was, laying in bed this morning, I would just stop my videos, but it has suddenly changed. And guys, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it's tough, it's rough. It's a lot of work, but for some reason, God kept me sticking with it, and it's paid off.
All right, there's a good story of the day. But again, crossing generations, bringing some positivity. Again, Kind Penguin, not necessarily associated with crypto, apart from like using the Pudgy Penguins branding, but reaching out there. That story is going viral. They've had other ones before, and it's just kind of a feel good thing to kick things off. But on the topic of different age groups and demographics, finding out about Web3 crypto, all that kind of fun shenanigans. You have any parents that are messaging you? Do you have any friends that might be getting into the space? Why is the market crashing? Bitcoin fell from 99,000 to 97. Is there any news? Okay. It's hilarious, though, because, like, theoretically, well, not theoretically, actually, for anybody that's been in the space for any amount of time, you know that Bitcoin moves a lot. Crypto just has the volatility. But people are so unused to that. It's insane that, like, hey, it's a little bit of a price drop off where if you have, like, $100 in it, like 99 to 97,000 of $100. I mean, it's not insane, but people react so freakily to it. It's kind of funny. Security reminder, ding, 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 ding. Security reminder, ding, 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 ding. I'm ringing my imaginary bell. So we saw the hack or seed phrase compromise. I'm not sure what. I don't know if you've even heard from Journey Crypto for the several $1 million gold Bored Apes. Whole bunch of other things from his wallet. Super crappy to hear him. I saw this other compromise and I thought, okay, let's highlight this on the stream so you guys are aware. I'm not entirely sure. I was trying to install a team meeting software, which I'm assuming wasn't legit, and everything got drained. So again, don't answer DMs. Don't talk to anybody. They don't care about your PFP. They're not actually going to animate it. Are you actually doing anything significant in the space? Do you casually have an account where you comment on things? Realize people will try to prey on things. And as like an example for like a point of view, think of the older gentleman that we just saw a second ago about his YouTube channel. Well, before, when he was kind of a smaller account, somebody approaches you and says, hey, like, I like your content. I want to do something with it. You're like, oh, like, that sounds kind of cool, when their intentions are not actually to help you. Their intention is for you to download software and lose all your stuff. So again, be conscientious. So HYTOPIA, Adonis making this post, and we've interviewed the HYTOPIA, which was formerly NFT Worlds a long time ago. But there's kind of like a little bit of a story that I'm wanting to put together here where, again, on the perspective side of things, we've seen massive changes across the entire space for what teams are wanting to do compared to like what they originally said, and a lot of them are sticking with it. And I think that we need to be cognizant of that and realize that, hey, you know, if something happens, it's not just like a you thing. So HYTOPIA is doing another massive pivot. For the past 2 years, they tried to build a Minecraft compatible client, but it looks like they stopped this massive undertaking a few weeks ago. Now they're all in on the new independent client with their own engine built from scratch. And ArcDev saying, who's like the founder, because of 2 years, we assumed building our own engine from scratch with an SDK would be a monumental task. We decided to try it 9 weeks ago and turned out our 2 years of assumption was wrong. So they're building basically the new Minecraft. In this exponential age, new platforms get adopted insanely quickly. Tapping directly into the Minecraft player base was intriguing, but I'm not concerned about the cold start problem. So this immediately changes the narrative, right? Where before, hey, we're like doing something that's compatible with Minecraft. Minecraft has a whole lot of players, to, hey, we're building this from scratch and doing kind of our own variation of it, which then goes into the narratives of, okay, are you going to go play Minecraft? Are you going to go play this HYTOPIA because there's NFTs involved where you can actually own the assets? Or what if Minecraft and these other places offer something similar over a stretch of time? And ArcDev also highlighting again here, getting the excitement and jitters and chills as the HYTOPIA engine gets further built out. It's just getting more and more powerful and simpler and more flexible for devs to build with. And so this is kind of like just a quick shot of kind of what the world looks like. And if I say kind of again, please punch me in the face. True. At least digitally. New streaming platform Party is offering small streamers $1,000 a month to challenge Twitch and Kick. Well, think about the side angle of this a little bit for Web3 gaming, where new blockchain gaming platforms, insert whatever one you want, are offering gamers X amount a month to challenge traditional games. And this is where we're seeing, whether it be from certain rewards, sometimes there's airdrops involved, questing systems, all that kind of jazz. And for the people that are in the space, they realize this. For people that are not, I think they are going to be wowed over the next little bit. And Titan, Love his tweets, saying we're in the crypto super cycle. Within a small span of time, everything will change. I agree. Crypto will be in everyone's daily life, whether they agree with it or not. Just like when the internet entered everyone's daily life, you're not ready. Well, technically, been ready covering it for a couple of years, specifically in X-Feed for the past year, but massively agree with that take. Also, on, I think it was Friday, I ended up missing it, unfortunately, but they had another Project Dragon episode where I guess for the mega codas and codas in general, they were showing them off. So cool to see these different characters in Metaverse spaces. Also, this looks like super high definition. I don't know if it comes across the same on the stream, but this looks way better than it did before. At least I think so. Jesus Martinez highlighting, guys, what the hell happened over the weekend? So the top gainers are Metaverse tokens. So Sandbox, I don't know if we call like XLM in there, but it's in there. Mana, like Decentraland, Dot, which is Polkadot, but again, I don't know if we really call that gaming. Tia, not really super familiar with. Gala, definitely gaming. Filecoin, not gaming, but Axie, Infinity, AXS. So, okay, gaming. But my question with all of this is why? Like, this seems completely out of the blue. The narrative instantly went to, oh, all the people that bought before, the retail is back. They're buying just the things they've known, they've heard on TV, seen the names. And I made a post a little bit earlier that was asking, or well, not really asking, it's more of a statement. Why did do your own research die? Everybody used to say DYOR. No, literally, you will not see that on your timeline anymore. There's a lot of people who care about having educated opinions on things in crypto, but I think I think even more who completely wing it. And this is the sort of thing when you go back to these charts where it's just, oh, hey, like this is, it's not one of the top coins. If we compare it to some of the bigger ones, I mean, like, can sand move? We've seen this go. How many people want to go and like actually research and everybody's going to have different opinions about this, right? And I don't mean any negativity to people that really love Decentraland, but it feels like just something that's really been slowed off. There's not really anybody that's Web3 centric in the space that I see, at least on my timeline. And again, I follow a whole bunch of different people. I'm active all the time watching. I'm always watching, but I don't see anyone talk about Decentraland except for Decentraland. We've highlighted Decentraland before, but why is it at a 1.19 billion? You know how high that is? It's insane. And it's going up in value. Insane. And Gala, I mean, I had a node. I had one. I don't anymore. But like none of the games I feel like really got any adoption. They've always had problems. There's been massive pivots of things. Like they've done certain things good. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, if I was a sports scout, and you were going to give me all of these like projects and be like, okay, you got to like figure out which one's going to be like the all-star. I don't know if I would put like Gala or Decentraland in that even remotely. And Sand's up for debate. I think that Sand's got like a decent amount of players. I think that they could use like a graphical overhaul and it would get a lot more people interested. But then the question is like, is this a behind the scenes pump where maybe Animoca is going out and spending more to buy, but then it doesn't really make sense unless Animoca is also in Mana, Gala, all these other ones, and it's just like their investment arm. So it's confusing. Guys, the chill guy thing is insane. Like, actually insane. Every single freaking sports team, celebrity, it doesn't matter. I'm just seeing this all over my timeline. So the Chicago Bears, we got an Ontario Hockey League that's doing it. We got a fan group for Liverpool of the Premier League. It's got 300,000 views. We got the Philadelphia Eagles friggin' doing it. It's highlighting this chill guy thing. And didn't this start from crypto? Like, I don't remember seeing this meme at all before it got all over my timeline of people talking about the token, and then now seeing it all over all these different various sports teams. And then so this is where we go back to the founder, the artist of like the original art that people ended up associating this chill guy meme coin token with. And he was like, I hate crypto. This is dumb. I don't want any of it. And now they're resorting and saying, hey, we want to like launch plushies with it, which is like fine. But it is kind of funny where everybody's now saying, well, okay, well, everybody wanted to give you a whole bunch of tokens for it. And now you want to like create plushies with it. Like, I mean, that's your aspirations. And then everybody copies the tweet. That's the other thing. Everybody like just copies each other's tweet, but just rewords it. Now, granted, this is coming from a guy that reads other people's tweets. So like I get the irony in all of this. But it is kind of funny, the different takes. And then when we're talking about like internet culture, right? Digital culture, I think this is something you're going to see a lot more of, where I forget who the artist is here. So Kendrick Lamar, I guess, is launching like a new album called Mustard. And so now the Detroit Lions are now similar to like the Chill Guy thing, trying to highlight that album. And I haven't seen this for the other ones, but Terrell Mallory saying, I've seen NBA teams, NFL teams, MLB teams, restaurants, DreamWorks studios, clothing companies, official film pages, and more. Tweet this. I don't think I've ever seen this many corporations reference an album like this in a very long time. People are caring about digital culture, seeing what's going on. Sure, it's just an album, but all of this is digital culture, what we can consume every single day on here, whatever is relevant, the topic changing every single day, and brands are going to want to be associated with whatever is hot. So we'll keep our eye out. Very nice. Waiting for a while. Open from Futureverse. This is a new battle royale, completely genre defining, as they say. It looks like it's going to be coming soonish. And it got the E for everyone rating, which, what is the significance of this? A while ago, if you remember, Epic Games, I think it was specifically Epic, came out and they said that they weren't going to try to label everything that was blockchain as mature, but it was for a while. Any kind of blockchain association, the games were just default rated mature. And so we see this, it's in everyone. It's got blockchain kind of hidden within the background, maybe enough so that it got this rating, something to watch for sure. Now, we mentioned Animoca brands a second ago. We mentioned Futureverse literally a second ago. And I wanted to re-bring up this article because when we saw the pumps, which we'll get to in a second, I don't know what tab I had. The price is for... maybe I lost it. I suck. Okay, so anyway, over the weekend, also, Silo, Asto, like, tripled, Silo doubled. Some of the tokens we've been talking about are really starting to come to life, and it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere. Okay, we got the announcements of one of these games coming, but fundamentally, we don't have anything that's changed. But going back to the 28th of June, there was an announcement between Futureverse and Animoca. So Futureverse, a leader in AI and Metaverse technologies, and Animoca brands, the company driving digital property rights to help build the open Metaverse, have entered into a memorandum of understanding for a strategic partnership to enhance the reach and capabilities of Futureverse's advanced Metaverse technology stack by leveraging Animoca brands' extensive ecosystem of blockchain-based products, including games and other forms of digital entertainment. The partnership will also accelerate the growth of the Futureverse token ecosystem, which includes the Root Network's Root token, the Asto token powering Futureverse's AI protocol, and the Silo token facilitating Silo's communication and social graph protocol. Under the MoU, Futureverse and Animoca brands intend to undertake an equity swap involving shares of each other, valued at $5 million US. So, reading this back, I'm like, okay, maybe my thought was like a little bit different, because when they mentioned these tokens, I was kind of under the assumption of these guys are going to go out, they're going to buy this token, and they're going to like support it. But it also sounds like, okay, maybe they're just like connecting the protocols to the different products that they offer. And so Matt Bob here asked about what's Animoca's best product. And I was like, okay, well, let me actually go look at this, because that's a good question. And so when you go to Animoca, they have Mochaverse that I haven't really seen a whole lot out of. I mean, it got some like crazy attention early on, but haven't really seen it. Tiny Tap, haven't heard of it, but Tiny Tap is the world's largest educational games library with more than 200,000 activities made by educators and publishers, including Sesame Street and Oxford University Press, okay? Anchess, Motorverse, we got Prosper, Torque Drift 2, The Sandbox, many of you have heard of that, Phantom Galaxies, Rev Racing, I tried that once, it's on Polygon. Not bad, not great. Rec League, this one I was so confused about because it felt like Yuga was backing it. Everybody was backing it. Don't see anything on the timeline around it whatsoever. Tower Experiment, never heard of. Arc 8, Benji Bananas. This was like one of the early NFTs that were sold with ApeCoin. I don't know if anything came from it, and Torque Squad. So I was like, well, damn. I mean, if they're integrating them directly in their products, like the Sandbox has definitely got players. I mean, the Tiny Tap thing, I don't really know if there's going to be blockchain rails for it. Mochaverse could be really cool, but I don't think we've seen a whole lot around it. But then when you go over to the investor side of things, it is insane, because it proves that Animoca is literally in everything from Atari, Axie Infinity, Dapper Labs, which you guys are familiar, have created Everything. Well, I mean, Dapper, they created Flow, right? Because I mean, they've done NBA Top Shot and a lot of the other stuff. I'm just trying to think if it's like the same thing. I think it is. MLB Champion, Sky Mavis, big entity on that front. I think these are just like a certain subset. Anyway, which was the one from the other, but it's got Guild, it's got, I mean, Metaverse, the Sandbox third, Treeverse, haven't heard from that in a little bit. Cool Cats is on here, Ape Coin itself, Imaginary Ones, The Wanderers. It's involved in basically everything is the point. And so the question really is like, is that integration going to be specifically within Animoca products, or is this also potentially going to lap over to some of their investment portfolio? I would assume it's just the products, but still something to watch for. Oh, and here's the tokens. Yeah, so everything started moving, which is like, okay, rising tide lifts all boats. Bitcoin slows down a little bit, and we're seeing some of the alts start to fly. Now, speaking of alts, well, more specifically meme coins, pumpfun has made over $100 million in fees in the last 7 days. Insanity. So imagine you're an entrepreneur and you're like, what do we do? I mean, you look at that and you're like, all right, we got to do something with the blockchain if we can. So I'm expecting a lot more people to launch different products, a lot of good stuff to come. It's also insane because Pump.Fun introduced like a live streaming feature, and I have just seen it brought up on the timeline nonstop of people saying, yo, you got to shut it down, you got to shut it down, you got to shut it down. I feel like everybody complaining about it is like the best marketing strategy ever for them. I'm curious if they actually does get shut down, because there's been some pretty odd things and not great that's happened from people tweeting about it. But my God, every person on crypto Twitter seems to want to have an opinion on it, which I feel like they're kind of marketing for it. I mean, maybe their voice matters. Maybe they'll listen. Maybe they'll shut it down. Or maybe it's free marketing. I'm not sure. Justin, Hong Kong's largest digital bank, ZA Bank, launches crypto trading. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. So Peanut, if you remember the squirrel, that unfortunately, I don't even know how you describe it. Basically, there was the squirrel that was like living in somebody's apartment in New York. I guess like a neighbor or something complained about it. Governments went, they like euthanized the squirrel, and then there was this huge movement around Peanut. And somebody creates a meme coin for it, and I think it gets listed on a whole bunch of exchanges, and of course, it has absolutely nothing to do with like the owner of the squirrel, similar to like that Chill Guy meme coin that we spoke about a little bit earlier, complete rando that makes it, and now there is kind of a lapse in the story. So the owner of Peanut the Squirrel has launched his own coin, Justice, as his own project while denouncing Peanut. Currently, Justice is surging to a 13 million market cap, while the original Peanut has been on a steady decline since peaking after its Binance listing. He claims that the Peanut community used my story, my squirrel, my likeness to make millions. Which, it's weird, because again, you go to the Chill Guy thing and everybody's like, hey, we'll give you a whole bunch of the coins, you can make millions, whatever. He says, no, I hate crypto. And this guy's like, you know what? I love it, but I'm going to launch my own token and try to go from that angle instead of trying to see if people would want to donate, I guess. Community members have been quick to fire back, stating that they had raised and donated $50,000 to him. Okay, didn't realize that. Only for him to sell the donation instantly. Fair enough. Squirrel Dad has also announced plans to be suing Peanut on his own worlds. So, again, this whole meme coin thing, right? Like, I don't do it. I think it's cool that people are, trying to do what they do in it, but feels like there's problems after problems. And when the narrative ends up getting changed, well. And speaking of the narrative getting changed, Cointelegraph making this article saying, just in, UK to embrace crypto, integrating traditional finance with digital assets. So, they're embracing it, and the lovely thing about X is you have comments on here. And Joe Nakamoto saying, LOL, no, introducing a framework for next year does not mean it's embracing crypto. I mean, so we can maybe argue about that and say, well, if they're putting in a framework, that means they're embracing it. Oh, I mean, is it like they're forced to? I mean, if they're putting out anything, is that just like a default acceptance of like embracing it? Kind of an interesting question, but I expect a lot of things to change over the year of 2025. So this is just a random little tangent for a second, but watching a little bit of LA Galaxy and Major League Soccer. Used to watch Toronto FC a fair bit, and Toronto FC absolutely sucks. Nah, they're actually dog. Anyway, LA Galaxy has been so good, and I, generally speaking, don't really have major teams that I'm like, yeah, I only want to watch that specific team. But man, am I glad that for like the past soccer season, I started tuning into LA Galaxy games, because the team is fun to watch. They win often, and it's making me think to other sports, guys, why do we support a specific team? Just follow the ones that do phenomenal. More fun. McDonald's X Doodles collector and essential packs just dropped. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for to see what they look like. We've created 3 limited edition enamel pin trios featuring McDonald's X Doodles icons. Available exclusively through essential and collector packs. Doodles OG 24-hour priority access starts now. So, I guess limited edition, meaning that they have like a specific cap on them? Or is it like limited edition for like, you can buy as many as you want until a certain date? That is the question. And these are kind of what the default packs look like. Again, got the McDonald's branding. So the collector is $30, guaranteed to pull one of 3 limited edition collectible pin trios featuring McDonald's X Doodles icons. Each collector's pack also contains 2 McDonald's themed exclusive or Grail wearables. Instant reveal and only 3,000 available. Okay, so there we go. Now we know it is a very limited amount, not over a limited time frame. The essential is only $1. Talk about mass adoption, right? That's what we're hoping for. Each essential pack contains 2 essential McDonald's themed wearables, or for lucky pack rippers, 1 essential wearable and 1 of 3 limited edition pin trios. And these are what those ones look like. And it is kind of cool to see like the Doodles branding associated with the McDonald's branding. And there's more stuff in there. But either way, listen, we've got some major news. We got XRP also getting announced from I retweeted this a little bit earlier, but there was some like $100 billion fund. Yeah, here it is. So global ETF provider Wisdom Tree Funds has registered in the state of Delaware for an XRP ETF. I've confirmed with the company that this is a legitimate filing. Wisdom Tree is over $100 billion in assets under management. Nice. So again, landscape completely changing. More people jumping in every single day. We're still streaming all of those days. It's been fun. Should be interesting. Also, I'm starting to, think as soon as we see some like massive volatility, which actually today is kind of a perfect example of that, because everybody on the weekend was like, hey, guys, if you're not excited for Monday, you're not in crypto or don't know what you're talking about. I mean, just a cool -2% on Bitcoin. Yep, yeah, very, very excited for Monday. Very, very excited for Monday. I think a lot of people thought Saylor was going to be out buying, and he did, but he did most of it last week, apparently. So are people going to freak out over this? Is this a good, healthy retrace and we go back up? Again, we look at the 1-year chart, up 150%. Oh, my.